Hi and welcome to Everyday Vlogging with Rich Pasini. Today is December 13th, 2018. Thank you for tuning in. Before I get started, I want to give a free shout out to Wondershare Filmora with their new version 9.0. I am right now currently using their version 8.75, which I love, and I create all my videos with that. So I just want to throw it out there to you guys. Also, before I get started, I just want to touch bases on a couple of things. Like for example, e-commerce Bytes had posted a lot of stuff out there in regards to taxes. Their new payment program, is it slowing sales down, impacting sales on eBay, and there's a bunch of other stories to talk about. So we're gonna get right to it. So stick around, it's coming up. Thanks. Well, before we get started, I want to ask Katana, for those who don't know, if you have a Microsoft Windows 10, she's a virtual assistant that will help you out, keep track of things, set up schedules, give you a list, she'll remind you about just about anything. So I didn't get a chance to listen to the news, so let's see what she has to say. Let me start off by saying good morning to her. So I just got to click on the little mic here. Good morning, Katana.
Good morning to you too. Hope your day is filled with awesomeness.
I hope so. Let's ask what the weather's going to be like in New York. I didn't get a chance to listen to the news, so let's see what the weather's going to be like. What's the weather going to be like in New York?
Right now, it's slightly raining and 36 in New York. The forecast shows light rain and snow with a high of 40 and a low of 36.
Yuck, I'm not into that. But anyway, guys, if you want to check out Katana, it comes with Windows 10. She's a virtual assistant. You don't have to pay for Alexa or the other type there that come out with Google and with Amazon. This is free. You just got to set it up. It takes a few minutes to set it up, and you will have a free virtual assistant that will help you out, just like the other ones do. But anyway, let's get out of this and go right to the news. Let's start off this way, folks. For those who are eBay sellers, such as myself, if you want to get the latest news and announcements, you go to the community. And the URL is https://community.ebay.com. And when you get there, when you hit the seller news on here, just look for your announcements, and you will get the latest announcements that eBay has put up. So let's move right along here, folks. We're not going to get to that just yet. I want to do it this first, and then we're going to get back to that. These are a little off. As you can see, I got quite a few windows open over here. So for those who are new, I do not read everything verbatim. I will give you the URL, and the rest is up to you to pick up. I hope you understand that, folks, because if I do, we'll be here for hours on end if I have to read all of them verbatim. So I don't want to do that. This one here, that story just kicked off over here, pertains to this one. Anyway, this is from e-commerce Bytes. It's www.ecommercebytes.com. And it goes on to say here, this came out yesterday, December 12, 2018. Does the IRS consider your business a hobby? Okay. All right. Now, it goes on to say, just because you sell online doesn't mean you're a business in the eyes of the IRS. As a seller of sports memorabilia discovered, and if your e-commerce business doesn't stand up to the IRS scrutiny, it could be costly, especially in the light of a charge, including the new tax bill, which affects sellers for 2018 tax year. There's a little gray area there with that because there's certain things that they implemented in there where you can't take out certain things there. What do you call it there? Itemizing. You'll have to read the rest of this story here. I'm just going to read over here, and then I'm going to click on that website. This is from Tony Nitty's December 9th column in Forbes, focused our attention on the issue. He is a master making taxes interesting, the Tony Bourdain of taxes, and the cases he described in this piece are eye-opening. It goes on to say the column referred to a 2014 case that is especially worthy of review in the light of the new tax law. The IRS found that a taxpayer, AKEY, whatever, operated his sports memorabilia business as a hobby rather than a profit-driven business. Therefore, it cannot necessarily expense all of his costs. Until this year, you could deduct hobby expenses, but only up to the amount of your hobby income. And then it goes on to say, how does the IRS determine your business is actually a hobby? Now, for those of us, now I'll be honest with you, I did my taxes last year and the year before, well, not last year, because I collected unemployment prior year. And to be honest with you folks, I do consider, me personally, I do consider this as a hobby for the simple reason is the income is basically a hobby income. It was nothing like I made when I was working a job. But I listed everything down. I put all my information down there to the IRS, the New York State Department of Taxation, made sure the IRS was paid their duly amount of money to owe to them, and as for, of course, the New York State Department of Taxation on the sales made from the items I sold within the state of New York. There is a gray area here, but the thing is, I am not a tax consultant or a CPA or any of that nature. So if you have questions like this, I suggest you contact your CPA or your tax preparer and find out, get all the lowdown information on this here, because you don't want to have any problems with that. But click on this here. It's does the IRS consider your business as a hobby? You could read it. Very interesting stuff. I read a good part of it. I'm not going to read the whole thing again. I'll get tongue-tied. But when you click on this hyperlink, I already clicked it on here. It'll take you to this one here. It says the top tax court cases 2018 united with the hobby loss rule as it feels so good. Here's a person who's the contributor to it. And this here, again, you might want to read this story. Okay? I'm not going to read the whole thing. Very interesting. Like I said, I was going through, quite a bit of it. But again, I don't have the time to read all of this here. So I really suggest that people who are on online business selling on any platform, whether it be eBay or whatever, to look this up here and check into this here. Now, the URL is built in the first one here. If you can't, but I'm going to give you this one here. The URL is www.forbes.com. But if you bring it up, it might come on a front page. It's posted December 9th. So please, folks, check this information out, okay? And it is in relation to e-commerce bites. In other words, they're the ones that gave the hyperlink. They're the ones that did the story, okay? Got the information. So check this out. Very important. I'm going to go over it again. I didn't get a chance to read Tony Nitty's whole subscription, the whole story there. But make sure you check it out. And how to get there is this is an active hyperlink. Click this on, and then it'll bump you to this page here, okay? So make sure. The only thing I will say in regards to this here, now I remember back in the day, well, not back in the day, but I remember reading that if you're doing business with, you would get all your payments from PayPal. The way I understood it, you had to do 200 sales or something like that with that tax year, and I think at least $20,000 in order to get a confirmation, like what is that form there? The 1099 sent to them. They would automatically send it to the IRS. But if you didn't get it, and I don't if you didn't reach that protocol there, that amount there, then they wouldn't do it. But you're responsible for taking care of that. So if you're flying under the wing, so to speak, and you only made, let's say, $19,950, whatever, you're going to want to get that 1099 and send it in to them, because I know that's how it used to be, unless things changed altogether. But from the way I understood it, if you made $20,000 or above, the PayPal would send a 1099 to the IRS. So whether you didn't do it or not, they're going to do it. Now, unless that changed, which I doubt it would, I don't fall into that criteria, because I could only wish I made that much, to be honest with you, but I don't fall into that. So do your research on that, folks, okay? I'm only throwing it out there. Like I said, I am not a tax consultant. I am not a CPA. I don't want to see anybody have any problems later on. Check it out. Apparently, it must be something that's coming into play here, that they're doing a story on this here, or whatever segment. Please check into that, okay, for yourself. All right. So the URL, and I'm going to bump out here, but then I'm going to go bump into it again, because I need to read up on myself. So the URLs for that one. So I'm going to close that screen out, and I'm going to close this one here out. This is the one we just did. That's the story you're looking for. And we're going to close that one out, and we're going to move right along here. Let's see what this one is first, and then we'll work it way back. Analyst sees more stagnant growth ahead for eBay. Okay, this came out Wednesday, December 12, 2018, and people always wonder why I keep repeating the dates, because I want you to know it's fresh news. Even though it's a day old, It's still fresh, and you're still going to get something from it. Hopefully, I hope. It goes on to say a Wall Street analyst sees more stagnant growth ahead for eBay. CNBC reports Morgan Stanley analyst Brian Nowak downgraded the stock over concerns of low growth in the coming year. But it isn't the shareholders' teeth gnashing that concerns us. Rather, is how will it impact readers. Low growth in gross merchandise volume (GMV) means the pie isn't growing for eBay sellers. Bingo! That's the part. I tell you the truth. I made one little sale yesterday, and I had an inquiry today for a pair of shoes. I forgot to put the height of the heel in there. My fault. And I got an inquiry about it, but I don't know if the person's going to buy it. The only thing I did sell this morning, I got is this little Motorola pager. And it's not for much money, to be honest with you. But I'm waiting for the person to pay for that there. But it is so many different things that are affecting the sales. It seems like, and like people will say, even on the eBay community chat board, there is definitely something wrong going on with eBay. And here you go, right here, okay? It says Nowak said he expects eBay to grow low to mid-single digits in 2019, according to CNBC report. And then as it goes on a little further, as we previously reported, eBay CEO Devin Wenig is trying to milk sellers. What? Trying to milk sellers as a way to boost revenue. I don't like that. Specifically, the nascent earnings opportunities of managed payments and the advertising, as Nowak called them. I didn't get a chance to read this whole thing, so I was a little taken back by that. Milk sellers. If we get any more milk, we'll be dried out here. Let's see. It goes on here. The article kills shot. Morgan Stanley sees eBay's domestic gross merchandise value growing between 0 and 1% for the first half of 2019 and just 2% of the whole year. Then it says read the full article over here on CNBC and let us know and see what any actions eBay is taking to boost sales growth that could revive the marketplace. What's the seller to do? Let's see what this is all about, folks. I didn't get a chance to read the whole thing here. That's all we need, being milk sellers, right? They're going to want to milk the seller. This is crazy. Morgan Stanley downgrades eBay's cuts prices target to 40%. Whoop, my mouse cursor is going crazy here. 40%, we were strong. Okay, Morgan Stanley downgrades shares, blah, blah, blah. I just want to see over here, fast than expected deterioration. It says a fast than expected deterioration of eBay's marketplace is likely to cap any future stock gains, according to Morgan Stanley, which downgraded the stock to equal weight on Wednesday. Then it goes on to say eBay's core marketplace business has grown gross merchandise value, again the GMV, slower than expected in all 3 quarters since we upgraded the name in April, and is now expected to grow low to mid-single digit 29. I'm not going to read the whole thing because you know what? It's only going to upset me. You could check this story out here. Okay, the active hyperlink is over there, but this is www.cnbc.com. Okay, and when you click that hyperlink onto we just right there, it'll bring you here. So what you're going to do is, whoops, what happened here? Which story was that there? Oh my goodness, I think I backed out the wrong one here. Yes, that always happens every now and then here. All right, let's see if we can back out of here. Boy, all right. Anyway, you guys know that story we just read here. I can't seem to find it right now. I'm sorry, guys. I really do apologize. That's what happens when you do these things, right? Oh, boy. All right, let's see here. All right, looks like I got 2 open windows the same here. All right, my apologies, folks. Well, you got the idea, the gist of it there. I didn't like the idea when it said they're going to milk the sellers. I think what I'm deciphering from that is that for eBay's losses, they're making the sellers pay up for their losses. I mean, that's just my own assumption, from reading from other people as well. I could be wrong, but I'm just saying that's the stories I've been hearing before from other sellers. Anyway, you know the story that that link. If I can get to it, I'll put it back up again. But anyway, this one goes on to say, this one came out December 10, 2018. eBay treatment rankles the top-rated anchor store owner. Then this goes on. This person wrote to Einar Steiner, who is the founder of this e-commerce Bytes. And by the way, these next stories are going to be from e-commerce Bytes, so I'm probably not going to repeat them. If you see the little logo up there, you know where it's coming from. There are a couple of here that aren't from e-commerce Bytes, but we'll get to that in a second. This one goes on to say, Dear Einar, we are a top-rated anchor store and has been on eBay, been on eBay since 2000. We're about to lose our top rating because tracking uploaded on the time will drop below from 95% to 94.33%. See, this is the thing. All right, anyway, I don't want to expand too much on it, folks, because I don't like some of their policy changes, what they're doing here. They got too many things going on here for me, and I'm just not too happy with it. It goes on to say the 14 late tracking uploads happened on October 21st when a customer purchased 15 postcards from us. We combined the order and used eBay shipping to create one shipping label and shipped in one day from the sale, as we always do. eBay showed all 15 items as shipped and did automatically upload the tracking to one of the postcards, but not the other 14. I noticed tracking was missing a few days later, so I entered identical tracking numbers on the other 14, but it was already too late. I was dinged by 14. I dread calling eBay, but figured this was worth my time to keep the top-rated status. Since we save a little on fees, which is all it is little, and I mean little. The first representative told me sorry, but I was responsible for the manually and the tracking on multiple items shipped together on the eBay shipping label. You know, it's like anything else. If out of sight, out of mind. If you miss it and they ain't gonna let you know about it, that's your loss, right? You would think they'd have something in the system or prompt you to say, hey, you know, could you check out your shipping here? So it looks like something's not right, or check out your tracking, whatever. But I guess they probably figured, well, if you don't catch it, that's your fault. That's your problem, right? All right, so just to recap it again, so I dread calling eBay, but figured it was worth the time to keep my top rate sales, so we save a little on fees. The first representative told me sorry, but I was responsible for managing and the tracking on multiple ship times together under the eBay shipping label. Very inefficient on eBay's part, but okay, my bad. Okay. Then it goes on to say, I know now I know in the future, but you can. Maybe they forgive me or consider this just one late event. Nope, cannot make an exception. Isn't that crazy? You would think. And now this is a top-rated seller that's been with them since 2000, and they have an anchor store. You ever see the prices of these stores? Go check out the prices of these anchor stores. If that's the one to think of, that's pretty expensive. That's a pretty expensive monthly fee for me. For me, it is. I got to start a store for $4.95 a month, and that's about it. And whatever. So anyway. So the person goes on here, no, cannot make exceptions. Okay, let me talk to a supervisor. She was even more inflexible and said no. And also there is nowhere where else I can appeal for the decision. When I said, what if I close my anchor store, she didn't care, just said, you have to do what you have to do. You feel the best of your business. You know, I'll tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you this, though, folks. You know, eBay, their teammates are, I think they're probably being told or whatever, you know, coached over there, that if sellers such as myself or like this person here indirectly like gives you an ultimatum, either do this or not threatening, but you know, an ultimatum, it seems like they don't care. I said the same thing. I've been with eBay since 1999, right? And I was talking to a teammate. I got the same response as this person got here. You do what you have to do. In other words, it's not like, you know, we hate to see you lose. We hate to lose you as a top-rate seller of business. But you know, if that's how you feel, then you do what you have to do. It's like they don't care anymore, you know. And I don't know why. I don't know why eBay's got like that attitude like that. It's like they got like a no-care attitude. But you know what's going to happen, folks? You know, if it happens, it happens. They're going to have people when they read stories like this here. It's going to make a lot of sellers infuriated, and a lot of sellers are going to sit there saying, you know, why do I got to tolerate this from eBay? What kind of people are they over there? They don't care about losing people that have been in business for all these years, and you know, and you can't even you can't forgive a situation like if a person made an error. You can't do it that one time. It can't be a courtesy thing to say, okay, well, you know, we'll let it go this time. I don't understand eBay sometimes. I really don't, you know. So, but this is what we're dealing with, folks. This is what we're dealing with. If you are a person that's going through a scenario like this, you may think twice. That's why I'll be honest with you. I'm going to come right up in front and tell you, I don't sugarcoat anything. Okay, I tell it like it is. That's why I will not get involved with promoted listings. I will not use all their little features there for bold listing. It's $1 for a bold listing, or if you want to, stand out and do whatever. I see it every time I do my listings. I will not patronize that. I will not give eBay any more money than what I'm supposed to. I got their little store, starter store, which gives you 100 free listings. And yes, the lady did tell me anything over 100 listings, you have to pay 30 cents versus if you're not a store, 35 cents. So you save a nickel on the your listings there when you do have to, when you go over that amount. That's as far as it goes. I feel sorry for these people though. But anyway, here it is. Look at the bottom. Exactly. Now I didn't even get a chance to read this here. Look what it says. Here's the bottom right here, folks. It's written on here. eBay has become arrogant, and I don't feel they support the sellers like they did 15 years ago. Russ, kudos to you, Russ. I didn't get a chance to read this whole part, right down to the bottom here. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This guy said it right here. Okay? Right here. They don't care. They become arrogant. It's true. That's what the lady told me. Then I had another teammate saying, you got to step up your game. You're telling me like I'm some kind of an idiot. You got to step up your game and take care of things. And, you got to do your research and, offer free shipping and, offer 30 days and all this other stuff here. And I told the teammate, very casual, very calm about it. I said, well, I am doing everything eBay is, advised me to do to try to drive sales, and it's not working. Well, you gotta do more research or whatever. I had to, you know what? This person hit it right on the head. That's it. I didn't get a chance to read the whole story, folks. But this person said exactly what I was thinking. There's a little more to it. We got more to go. Check the story out. You know where to go. Reading this here, just made me annoyed. Let me make sure I go back in because I keep going back to here. Okay, we got that there. Now, see, I don't know which one. I got so many different things here. Okay, this is the one. Right? I want to bump out of this one, right? I want to make sure I'm not reading the same things over again. Okay, so I think it's this one here. Okay, I'm all over the place here. Let's see what we got. Let's go with this one. We're going to get back to that in a second here. This one came out Wednesday, December 12, 2018. Amazon challenged eBay with pre-owned luxury items. Because let's say Amazon is, eBay. What did I say? Oh, I'm sorry. Amazon's challenging eBay with pre-owned luxury items. Okay. Whew, I'm speaking so fast, folks. I'm trying to get all these windows on. I got so many up there opened up. Amazon is challenging eBay with pre-owned luxury watches. Launched in 2016, I listed it on Amazon Renewed Store. And despite the fact eBay has long offered luxury watches in its various conditions through third-party sellers, it has only added a category to its eBay Authenticated program this September. And then it says Amazon, I'm going to move my mouse cursor, Amazon vets sellers before they're allowed to participate. Well, they vet you for everything you do, to be honest with you. I was trying to sell something on Sony. I couldn't even get it sold. I had to get approved, so I didn't even bother. Anyway, it says Amazon vets sellers before they're allowed to participate in Amazon Renewed, formerly called Certified Refurbished by Amazon. See today's newsflash story. Again, let's click this on. I'm sorry, folks. I know it's going to be a lot longer than expected, but I have to check this out here. It's going to probably... okay, Amazon restricts refurbished goods the next month. Okay, December 12th. All right. You click that hyperlink on, it'll bring you here. Let's see if it'll bring me back now. Okay. All right. So you know where it is. I'm not going to read the rest of this here, folks. When you click this active hyperlink on, it will bring you right to that window. Okay. All right. I'm sorry, folks. I can't read all of this here because it'll take too much time. So that's why I'm just sharing it with you guys. You could do it yourself. Now here's the other one I want to talk about in relation to what was going on with that the first thing we just got out with that guy was talking about how they disrespect you. This one came out Tuesday, December 11, 2018. Is eBay's payment rollout impacting sales? Question mark. Okay, somebody wrote in. It's not much here. That's it. Okay. It goes on to say, Dear Ina, I am wondering what is going on of late with eBay eBay payment system. I have yet to convert as I don't like to change horses, so to speak, in the middle of the year when it was launched. My question is, have you heard from other sellers that feel their sales have been throttled more than usual? More than usual. I heard that word throttled. For those who are not familiar with that, the story I got from other sellers that if you're a seller, like a top-rate seller that's a high-volume seller, I think from what I understand, reading from other sources, that they will throttle your sales. In other words, they'll let you only go so far. They keep you like at a level. And I don't know once you hit that level if they promote other people's sales and stuff like that. You got to read up a little more on it. I've been hearing that word a couple times on e-commerce bites and some other blog sites about my sales have been throttled. My sales have been throttled. Read up on that. You could probably do a Google search, and what are they talking about when they say eBay throttling sales? You'll see what I'm talking about. They got a whole bunch of different stories coming out there. Check it out for yourself. But let's read this again. My question is, have you heard from other sellers that their sales have been throttled more than usual for those that haven't converted over to the eBay payment system? I would be curious to know as my sales have slowly taken quite a dump, particularly in the past few months. Thanks in advance, Dave. You know what? I would say to Dave, yeah, you and me both and 1,000 other people have the same situation going on. Who knows? Unless you're actually working for the company and you got an inside source, I would honestly think, I know I can't make assumptions or assume, but you never know what's going on, because it seems like a lot of people have been talking about this topic for quite some time. I've been hearing that word throttled around, it's been thrown around a lot. So, look into it for yourself, folks. Let's see. I always like to read some of the comments here because the comments really get me going sometimes. Let's read this one over here. Sales. Does anyone on Greed Bay have any sales? Still only accepting PayPal. I have a good Christmas. Well, wasn't until today. It's slow today. And I don't sell anything related to the holiday, just paper stuff like books and magazines. But no throttle noticed on my side of things. I hope next year continues the upward trend I've been on the past couple of years. From reading all the posts on this blog, it would appear that everyone's sales are throttled, whether they accept the eBay payments or not. Here's another one here. eBay takes your money, but only gives you his sales here and there. I heard that term too. I heard people complain about that. If you want to call that throttled, and I think it's small. Sellers have been throttled for years. It is severe throttling. Rigged card game, unethical company. There's a lot here to read here. Read some of these things here, folks, and you'll get a little more insight as to what they're talking about. Because I tell you the truth, that's how I learn a lot of this stuff, because I read not only do I read the story, but I also like to read the comments. Okay, so you know what that's all about? Could be. I think it could be. I don't know. I've been hearing a lot about it. Let's go over here. Now, this is an Amazon story. And let's see what they got to say. This came out December 12, 2018. Amazon restricts sales of refurbished goods next month. Interesting. Well, I don't really sell on Amazon, but for those who do, they may be interested in this article. Amazon is restricting the sales of items in refurbished condition starting January 16, 2019. Only sellers pre-approved by Amazon. That's what I'm trying to say with them. You got to be pre-approved for a lot of things. I mean, I couldn't believe the stuff I wanted to sell. Oh, you got to get approved for that. You got to get approved for this and that. That's why I don't bother really selling on them. I really don't bother. But anyway, pre-approved will be allowed to list refurbished products, which is now called renewed. Sellers must apply to the Amazon Renewed program to participate. However, sellers not approved will still be able to sell used goods on the standard ASINs. Okay, well, all right. There's a little, gray area with that part. Anyway, it says the company said the benefits of Amazon Renewed include great savings for customers, like new products backed by a 90-day or more warranty from Amazon vetted and managed sellers. Amazon tells sellers the refurbished process for renewed products typically includes diagnostic tests, replacement of any defective parts, and a thorough cleaning and inspection promise and repackaging where applicable. You ship products with the relevant all necessary expected for a new product, and the product is backed by a minimum of 90-day limited warranty. Amazon spells out the program requirements in a section, Quality to Sell on Amazon Renewed. And it goes on to say here, I am not going to read all this here because I am getting tongue-tired. But anyway, you can check it out, folks. You know the URL. And let's move to the next one. Oh, yes. Amazon, again, another Amazon story. Amazon branded toys are coming. This came out December 11, 2018. Amazon branded toys are coming according to report in Quartz, which cited a research site called TGI. Quartz pointed to this product page for an amazing basics kids toy storage organizer, natural/primary by Amazon Basics. Amazon launched the Amazon Basics brand in 2009 when it consisted of a collection of consumer electronic items. Not the landing pages list 18 categories. Now the landing pages list 18 categories. Lower on Amazon product page in the section called Customers Who Reviewed This item also viewed Amazon, displayed an arrival product. These are the hyperlinks, folks, so you could bounce around if you like. Tot tutors kids, toy storage organizer with plastic bins, and so on and so forth. And you could read the rest of that story. Because it goes down over here. And the story you're looking for, again, is on e-commerce bites. Amazon branded toys are coming. So let's bump out of here. Okay, UPS, I don't use that service. I used to have FedEx. I gave them up. I use the United States Postal Service exclusively for all my shipping. Love this service. I've been doing business with them for many years, and I will continue to do business with them. Matter of fact, I closed my FedEx account. I never had a UPS. I don't remember having a UPS account. Not that I don't like them or FedEx. Actually, FedEx, the reason why I canceled them out is because they weren't offering me good deals as a business, so I got rid of them. To me, it wasn't worth it. But it goes over here. UPS runs a promotion to attract small sellers. This came out December 10, 2018. UPS is offering discount to small businesses in a new promotion throughout the end of the year. Through the end of the year, sellers can use the promo code to get 20% off of domestic ground service and 40% off domestic and international air, as well as standard service to Mexico and Canada. Okay, so for those who use UPS, that might be good news for you guys. So check it out. And this one here is from the EKG. Now, this is going to be bumping around a little over here, so let me close this window out. EKG is an e-commerce bites thing there. They talk about certain things. If you got issues, you could report an issue there, and you could read some of the issues reported. This one says, this is in regards to Etsy. Etsy's new seller payment system is still annoying members. Fees are deducted and available deposit date is selected. Then Etsy changes deposit to a later date. Not good. Asking for help seems now to be a feature if random rather than a bug. Meanwhile, cash is unavailable to people who have already paid for a sale but can't access the funds to ship. And it goes on to say, but ads on CNN, Pesura, whatever that is, Pesura, whatever. Okay, all right. You could check out the EKG there. They have other stories here. They have another one over here. eBay froze up while purchasing shipping labels. That was one I've read once before. And these are some of the issues that people have reported on the e-commerce EKG. So let's see what we got over here. I think this is the one. Is this the one here? Okay, I think this is the one we just did here. This one here is automated searches. Let me go back here. This is how I got to that window there. That's why I said I'm going back and forth here. Now, again, this is with e-commerce bites. I know it's a little different format here. But it says over here, with automated searches, you can get the best deals on eBay's items by setting up a free and email text message alerts. This service is totally free. You could use it there. I had it there. It's good. The only reason why I got rid of it at one point is because it was getting too many. I was getting them every day, all the time. And whenever they update, they keep sending them to you. It's not a bad service. Check it out. You go over here. And when you go there, when you click on this active hyperlink, it's going to bring you here. And you can create a new account. You can see it over here. It says automated searches. Get the best deals on eBay with free eBay email and text alerts. And then it goes on that there, and up to 1,440 times more effective than eBay's once-a-day email alerts. Okay, so you can check that out, and that's where you got to go when you click that service on there. And it says over here's a new thing that came out. What's what this one is here first? All right, that's the Seller's Choice Award. I'm not going to get into that there. Let's bump out this one here because I don't really need to classify that. On this one here, classified says over 10,000 health and beauty products. This is basically geared towards women, but if you're a seller of skin products and hair products and so on and so forth, you might want to check out this new, what do you call it there? It says over here, Toucan Deal. It's the newest eBay alternative with already close to 500,000 products. The health and beauty category is well stocked with makeup, skincare products, perfumes, and much, much more. And when you click it on, this is what the site looks like, and it says start selling today. Now, again, I share this information with you guys. You know, I don't get anything for any of the information I post to you, but I do put it out there in good faith to maybe help people out. You may be a person that deals with cosmetics or whatever it may be, and you might want to, try it out. I don't know. I can't say anything. I'm not giving a segue to him or endorsing this company. I don't know anything about it. I just found out about it today. But you can see it says start selling today, so apparently you could sell products on there. Let's just see what it looks like if you click it on here. I want to see, like, do they have the person, the buyer there? If they have a buyer, let's see. I just want to see what an ad is, right? To contact the seller. So this is how it is, Magic Beauty. Visit our store. Okay. And you can get this here. I'm just throwing this out there. Free shipping, continues countries, okay. I want to see how the ad format looks, what it looks like. And it's got over here, bottom, contact the seller. So I guess that's how you do it that way. Let's see, and visit our store. Let's see what the store is. I wonder if you get a free store with this here. Okay. You got to read up all the particulars on this here. All right, so this is apparently, this is what this person is selling, and they got more over here. Let's see what happens to say contact the seller. Okay, so you got to log in order to get that information to them to find out more. Okay, let me bump out of here, folks, and let me go over here, and we will close this video out. I have to take my glasses off. Oh, my eyes are killing me, folks. I'll make this a bit bigger here. I keep a pad with my notebook over here too, because I got to write stuff down as I go along. There are a lot of things going on this year. As far as like with the taxes going on, the issues with eBay. I still personally believe, folks, I still think with the changes that eBay is wrong. This is my own personal take. Now, if I'm wrong, comment, whatever you want to leave a comment, I appreciate it. But I think with all the new changes going on within eBay's IT infrastructure, whatever, or their algorithms, what you want to call it, I think that is kind of like stifling sales. I do think that new payment system that they're rolling out, I think I don't know, I heard stories about it, reading it prior to them talking about it. The way I understand it was going to make a one-stop shop. So when you go to eBay, you don't have to bounce off the PayPal. Everything will be there with this company. Was it Hayden, whatever? And that's the way I understand it. You'll do all your transactions there. But the only thing I don't like about it is eBay will hold the money. When does it come? What about when it releases the funds? Because see, right now, the way I have it with eBay, I use PayPal exclusively. For all my purchases. As far as on eBay, I don't really want to opt out of PayPal, and I don't want to really opt into that new payment system. I don't like the idea. I heard two stories. One story I heard with Aiden that the money will be there, but it won't be released until eBay gives that okay on it. This is what I heard. And then another story said, oh, okay, it works. You can get it, you can pull your money out. So it's a wishy-washy type of thing. I get different viewpoints from different sellers and stuff like that, or different when I go to different blog sites and I hear these things there. Like I said, I got multiple Facebook groups, the eBay Top Rated Sellers group. I don't know if anybody posted on there. I might have read something on there. Like I said, I got a lot of members. That group is growing in leaps and bounds from what I see. And it may have came from there, but I go to other blog sites. Like I said, I got the other one I go to is downdetective.com, and I always like to check out the eBay community to see what is transpiring and what other sellers are voicing their issues of concern, what they're talking about. But I don't like the idea that if they are going to hold on to money, for the simple reason is when a purchase is made and they use PayPal, I will go directly to PayPal account. I don't mind hyperlinking to another website. That's the least of my worries. That's what I click. I don't really care about that. I print out the transaction detail sheet. I print out my packing slip, and then what I do is when I print out those two items, I go to transfer the funds. Boom, a day and a half, or between a day or two, the funds are in my personal business account from a credit union, right? I have a business account set up for eBay and stuff, and it's there. The funds are there, and I can pull on them when I need them. But if that's going to be a problem with that payments thing, I don't know. I didn't opt into it. Matter of fact, I was so scared of being automatically opted into it. I might have done it in the past. I thought I did. I hope I didn't. I called up eBay and I said, by any chance, did I opt into that there, accidentally? And if I did, could you get me unopt me out, because I don't want to do that. She goes, oh no, she checked that. She goes, no, you didn't opt into it. I said, good. I said, right now I want to stay on PayPal. I said, I don't want to opt in there if that becomes a mandatory thing where they say, well, at such and such year or time of the day, or time of the month, or whatever it is, within a year's time, we are going to phase out PayPal, and you're going to be required to accept payments through that new PayPal payment service that eBay is offering. I don't think I'm going to like it. But then again, I don't want to knock it until I try it, so to speak, But that's only if it becomes mandatory, and that is what eBay is going to be, their premier payment service, If there's not going to have an option, and what they should do, if eBay wants to treat their sellers right, what eBay should do is give you the option as to whether you want to stay with PayPal or this new company, okay? But most likely, if eBay has contacted them, this company, and wants to make them their payment processing service, most likely, I don't know if we're going to have an option to keep PayPal. And that's another thing. When I called up a teammate in regards to that, they said, "Oh no, PayPal will still be there," according to them. But I think if you read the story, as I said, that story there with regards to keeping PayPal, that's a little funny area too, because I think at one point they're going to keep it in for a certain period of time, and then I think eventually it may disappear. I don't know if I'm wrong. Help me out with this, folks, for people that are more, affiliated with this issue, because I get a little confused and sometimes I get baffled when I think about all the different changes. That's what I'm saying. With eBay, there's so many different things they're rolling out. How could you not be baffled or confused, Like that old saying goes, folks, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Leave it alone, But I don't know. I really don't know. We're going to see how it plays out. Right now, I'm waiting to see. I got to open up an unpaid item case. Person made a best offer on an item, a little clock radio. I accepted the offer. I waited. I messaged them 3 times. I had to open an unpaid buyer case. Nothing. I don't know why. This is the thing I don't understand with buyers. In closing this, why do buyers, in some cases, not all, and I'm not saying it in a derogative way to be mean, but why would a person go to the trouble looking up your item, looking at it, whatever, they land on it, and then they sit there and say, okay, it looks nice. I read all the particulars on it. I like it, stuff like that. Boom, you make a best offer, and the seller is accepting the offer. Why don't you take the initiative to complete the transaction? This is what drives me crazy, because especially if you're depending on, it's not a lot of money, believe me, folks. What the offer was, it's a joke, but I want to do it just to get rid of it. Suppose you need that money. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the month, bills come. It's, like I always say, slow nickels bring in fast dimes, and that is slow nickels bring in fast dimes, so to speak. That money helps out, and by people conducting business like that, it doesn't really help a seller out, especially if you're doing this on a full-time basis. Or right now, this is a hobby basis for me, to be honest with you, because it's right now this is hobby income. Okay, that's how bad it is. Some people may beg the difference, say, well, if you feel that way about it, then pack it in and go back to a 9-to-5 job. Well, we'll see where that goes, because, like I said again, the way things are going with eBay, I am pointing in that direction. And like I said, when you got a family, you got a house, and you want to put food on the table, and you want to, you got your other, bills and everything that go, your responsibilities, you're going to do what you have to do. Okay, I can't sit around waiting for eBay and hoping and praying that I'm going to make a lot of sales today, because I got bills coming at the end of the month. That clock keeps ticking, okay? And every 30 days, at the end of those 30 days, they expect, these creditors, I don't have, thank God, a credit card debt, but, the bills you do have, your maintenance and, your utility bills and all that stuff, they're not going to hear him say, geez, I can't pay you this month because I didn't make any sales on eBay. You know what I'm saying? That'd be nice if they work with you, right? That's not going to happen. So that's why I said every time that monthly clock keeps ticking, and 1 week goes by, 2 weeks go by, and you're not making no sales, you better have a lot of money put aside for these rainy days, so to speak, or that, what do you call it? Like I say, save money for a rainy day. You better have a lot of money reserved for that, because let me tell you something. The way at the rate eBay is going, I'm not trying to say this as a pessimist. I'm more of an optimist than a pessimist, but I mean, facts are the facts, folks. I mean, you could sit here all you want and mitigate with me, and we go back arbitrarily, go back with each other and say, well, no, this is right. This is how it's going to work. That's going to. Let me tell you something. The facts don't lie. Okay. When you look at your banking account and you see more money going out than coming in, that is a problem. Okay. And that's another reason, why I do these videos too, folks, is to give people a little insight as to what's going on out there. Okay, if I didn't tell you these things here, I don't mind doing this here, to be honest with you, folks. I love doing my videos. That's why I changed it to. I used to have it as my banner used to be Resell the News. That's why I changed it to Everyday Vlogging with Rich Pasini. For the simple reason is I want to touch base on little things. I know right now this is considered like the Reseller News, because it is talking about a lot of e-commerce business, right? So yeah, but I'm still going to keep my banner the way it is, because I do plan on doing other issues, talking about different topics and stuff, But anyway, folks, I don't want to keep rambling on. Today is December 13th, 2018. Check out the information I put out there about the taxes, about the, considering this business as a hobby. Um, and let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think that, is eBay still worth hanging in there? Do you want to still continue selling on it? Are you thinking of getting off it, or closing shop, so to speak? I told you what that story that person said about that, and it has the anchor store. I said the same thing, and that was the response I got. Uh, we hate to see you go, but do what you have to do. And the person was very adamant about it. Like, I know, because they're probably coached over there. They're probably told the customer service, when you get these top-rated sellers or these people that, they're high volume, so they use that there, they're gonna like indirectly, give you an ultimatum. Just tell them, hey, okay, do what you have to do. Well, we don't care. So we don't care anymore. And that's the same sentiment I got from them, to be honest with you. It seems like they really don't care. In some cases they do. So it depends. I guess it depends on the teammate too. If you catch them in a bad mood, maybe the person might have got 20 or 30 calls prior to you coming on, and they probably heard the same thing over and over again. But I said, yeah, do what you have to do. I just got 30 calls with the same questions there. Same answer. Same issues. Do what you have to do. If you got to quit, quit. Maybe they're getting disgusted of it too. They're getting so many complaints because I called up last week or the week before asking the same thing. What's going on? This, that, and the other thing. Oh, well, it's a lot of sales. Are you getting a lot of calls? Oh, yeah, we are getting a lot of calls. But it is December. Christmas holidays come around. You would think you would get more, activity, more sales. What was I say? Goose eggs, right? Anyway, but let me, on a happier note, I just wish and hope all you guys out there who do sell on eBay, I wish you all the best in your sales. I wish myself the best, and let's see how it plays out. I don't know what else to say, folks. I mean, I put this information out there to give you guys a little insight, and maybe it might help you guys out as far as what your next move is going to be. It's really sad that the way eBay is going. Back in the day, it used to be a good business. I mean, you could make sales. I mean, when I was doing it, when I started back, in 1999, it was a little different. But as time went on and progressed, you could pop stuff up on eBay and you can make sales here and there. At that time, I wasn't selling a lot of stuff, but I started getting more into thrifting. I started getting more involved with this business type of situation, where I was putting a lot of stuff listing, a lot of different things, and things were selling. They were moving. I remember my PayPal, my business account, it was starting to get up there. But now it's flatlined, and it's sad. It really is. There are going to probably be, my prediction would be, and maybe it's a wrong prediction, but my prediction would be for myself, if things keep going the way they do, people will eventually pack it in some cases, or just sell little items here and there just to make pocket money, as I would call it, gasoline money or McDonald's money, and that's as far as it'll go. Because if people can't make a substantial amount of money, income, to carry them through, to pay their bills, what are you on here for? What am I on here for? Even you say, yeah, but you're paying $4.95 a month. Yeah, but that's a waste of money if it's not doing anything. What am I doing? All I'm doing, remember one thing, folks. This is a win-win situation for eBay. Okay? No matter what, no matter how you toss the coin, they're going to win. They're going to get paid every month. And if you don't pay them, what do? They'll shut you down, right? And not only that, they'll probably ruin your credit too, because they'll, if you owe them a large sum of money, I'm not going to pay you guys because I'm not making sales. Well, after so many days go by, was it 30 days, whatever, or so many payments where they'll turn into collections. It'll go to the credit bureaus. And now you'll have your account. Now you'll have a tarnished credit report. Your FICO score is gonna, it's gonna go down a little, depending, And what's the outcome gonna be? It's not gonna be a good outcome. So for them, it's a win, for them. And not only that, if you do make restitution to them, you do pay that money later on. Let's just say you do, because remember the collection agencies are calling you up and saying, well, this is what you got to pay in order to keep in good standing. Then it's going to take you that much more time to build up your credit. And we talked about credit a long time ago. And it's going to take some time to build your credit up and to boost up your FICO score again. And remember one thing, folks, in regards to credit and FICO scores and all that stuff, the lower the FICO score you have, the higher interest rates you're going to be paying. So just keep that in mind, okay? I'm not going to expand too much on that. I did a video about that there, in credit, about credit, reporting and all that other stuff there. It was a while back. I don't know which one video it is, But if you do find it, you might want to check it out and read, and watch that video if you got the time. Anyway, guys, I wish you all the best. This is Rich Pasini, signing off. Until next time, bye-bye now.